Hi lovely people. Well, it's a beautiful sunny day. The morning started off a little bit cool actually, to be perfectly honest with you. It's the first time I've gone and found a long sleeve jumper to put on, but I was up pretty early too. But all I know is it was pretty cold. But I thought, seeing as the sun was shining and it was time for this girl to come on out and have a little bit of a crawl around, and we're not exactly in the sunshine. I'm sitting a little bit back in the shade at the moment, and part of her is out in the sun and part of her is in the shadows. But with my eyesight at the moment, I am struggling to even see what it actually looks like on this little frame. I cover one eye. Oh, it makes a little bit of difference, I guess, to what you can see, to what I can see. But it was just a day for Tessa to come on out and get a little bit of sun, and while I'm sitting here pretty much doing nothing much at all, I thought, well, why haven't I got Tessa out and giving her some enrichment and some exercise? And I'm not sure where these branches are going to go. I've got a couple here actually. Of course, the bigger branch can be for my bigger snakes, and I have a smaller one which is in the shadows over there, as you'll see, that I'm going to debark and put into Archie's enclosure. So I wish that shadow wasn't there. Unfortunately it is, but maybe Tessa will move out of it eventually. But it does look like she's going back into shed a little bit at the moment. She's darkening right down. But if you could go for a bit of a wander and have a look around, Tessa, rather than, oh no, you can stick close, but because that certainly saves me having to get up and follow her. But like I said, we are kind of in the shadows because of the trampoline. I really needed to be sitting a little bit further over there with Tessa. But sun shining, it's like when I make the most of it and get some snakes out. Now Lily is at her door. I will bring her out, but it's more Tessa that I was thinking of, who I've seen just be a little bit inactive, which tells me that she's looking at going back into her shed again. And it just seems like the other day she had already shed, so it doesn't come to mind. But then I see the inactivity, and then I realise that, well, that's the bigger possibility, because that's pretty much when my snakes become inactive or hide. Not my big snakes, they don't hide, but currently I can tell you that Archie is in shed and he is hiding, and that's what some of my little ones do. My big ones, and they'll just make themselves comfortable wherever they can. And I'm trying to, I'll brighten this up, not too far, but maybe a bit. If I can for you, I don't want it going too bright, but I don't know where she thinks she might be going, probably back home or into the garden somewhere. Hey, Tess. Yeah? She says, well, I'm heading certainly in this direction, and that means I'll bring it back. So what I can do is move this blanket right over here. I mean, the sun was shining prior to me going and getting her. So I need two hands with Tessa. She's a big girl. So excuse me again while I put you down, and I will go get her and bring her back here. I'm not over there. Oh, you are a big girl. Hey, there we go, and I will get out of the light so that you can actually see her moving along. Bye, mate. Noah came home for a night, but he himself and my daughter and my littlest grandson have been away for over a week now, so it's been rather quiet, but it's been very busy. And I'm sure for a lot of people out there that have children and are currently doing homeschooling, you are as busy as what I am, especially during the week. I am flat out helping out with learning online. So picking up the camera, sitting in front of a computer, doing anything like that is just about what I would consider to be impossible. So, like I said, I am sure that a lot of parents are exactly the same as me at the moment. And how is everybody getting on being on restrictions? I know a lot of places have let up on some of those, and we have here in Australia as well. Not to a great degree, but certainly some have been lifted where you can have two visitors come to your home. You can go anywhere within a 50-kilometre radius here in Australia and have a picnic at a park that is open, and you can go camping if you want to with your family now. There's a lot more retail stores that have opened up, but there are still many that continue to be, of course, closed. Our schools are closed unless you're a working parent or you have vulnerable children in your care, or there are vulnerable children out there. And that means vulnerable is also children in care, pretty much, as well as those that, do better going to school than staying home. So for me right now, the children are at home and will remain at home for a little while, even though, I know restrictions are going to decrease. In my mind, I want to sit back and wait just a little bit longer and see just how things go first. When the kids go out, they put on a mask. A lot of people here in Australia aren't wearing masks at all. So, but I'm one of the ones that I think that you should. So that's just how I feel. And of course I am in the higher category of being very susceptible to catching things. So it's important to play it more on the safe side for me. But I'm fortunate that, I have my snakes, my animals that very much keep me very, very busy. I'll zoom in a bit here now that Tessa has made her way further. I know exactly where she's going. She's heading to the garden. It seems to be, what snakes do. They like to go undercover and, find a nice cozy little place. Tessa is one of them. And Lily also, she really likes to do it too, is to at least stick her head in that garden and have a little bit of a look around to see what is actually in there. So they're a bit of sticky noses as well. And I have actually let Lily go into this front garden and have a crawl around and check things out, and I just watch her come out the other end pretty much. It's not like she's going in there to curl up and just staying there. It's certainly more about the curiosity of what is actually in that garden. So I'm just going to make my way a little bit closer to her now, and I will see where she's going to go for that sticky nose, you could say. And just see what she's planning on getting up to or into, who knows, with Tessa. But of course when I get back inside I will, allow her to get some climbing in and go up to the climbing spot and chill out up there. She can spread out, which is, even though she can do that in her enclosure, I like the fact that they love to explore and climb and check things out. But being a big snake, only do it for a certain amount of time. They get worn out, and then they want to curl up and just have a little bit of a rest. So, or a long rest, I could say, with snakes. Snakes tend to do that, just curl up and have a nap. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll just keep on watching Tessa and what she's about and what she's planning on doing. But you all take care of yourself, no matter where you are in the world and what is happening for you. Take care of your family and your friends, your snakes if you've got them, and of course all your animals. Ciao.